Welcome everyone to Heroes and Villains HQ. My name is David. I'm so glad you're here tuning in to my next Star Wars The Vintage Collection video. And today we're going to be taking a look at Yakface's complete rumor list and speculating as to what the next round of figures may be. So with that said, before we jump in, be sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red button down below. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rumor list for the Star Wars Vintage Collection. So looking at this rumor list, it's pretty sparse. We only have 5 figures that we have names attached to. Those being the Imperial Praetorian Guard, Anakin from Revenge of the Sith, C-3PO from A New Hope, the Stranger from the Acolyte, and then the Jedi Temple Guard from the Clone Wars. After that, we just have lists of shows or movies that we're going to be seeing figures from. So I'm going to go through each of these and give my opinion as to what we may see from each of these figures. Starting first, there is one rumored Mandalorian figure. I think that this figure is going to be the Client. This is a figure that's long overdue for the Vintage Collection. There's also so many figures that are long overdue that would fill out the HasLab Razor Crest from Season 1. But I think the Client is going to be the Mandalorian figure, as this is the one that's gotten the most traction for the wanted list. Next up, there are 4 rumored Star Wars Rebels figures. And so what figures do I think these are going to be? I think first up, we're going to see a Season 1 Ezra Bridger. So we haven't seen a Season 1 Ezra Bridger. We've gotten a Season 4 version on a Rebels card, and we've gotten a Season 4 version on an Ahsoka card, but we're missing that Season 1 iteration. I think we're going to see Season 1 Ezra. Next up, I'm hoping we see a Captain Rex from Rebels. This is one, again, long overdue, definitely need it in the line. And with the new clone body, I could see them kind of kit bashing that clone body to give us a Captain Rex. Also, this may be a character that's kind of out there. However, I think with the current parts, it would make sense, and that is Governor Price. So they could easily reuse the existing Imperial officer body and legs and give us a new head mold to give us Governor Price. I think that's likely, especially given Hasbro wanting to reuse existing parts. So Governor Price could be the third option. And I think the fourth option, there's a couple of really good characters that they could do. They could do any of the Inquisitors. They could do Hondo. They could do Commander Sato. However, the character I think that's most likely is a Saw Gerrera figure. Saw Gerrera's been in a lot of different media recently, and I could see them pulling a Saw Gerrera out of Rebels to give it kind of a middle interpretation of him, a little bit before Andor and Rogue One, but a little bit after Clone Wars. I think that could make sense. Next up, the Vintage Collection line is expected to get 2 more Andor figures, and I think there are 2 characters that are almost no doubters, those being Luthen and Mon Mothma. However, I do think 2 other good guesses could be Bix Caleen or Bail Organa. However, I expect to see Luthen, no doubt, and possibly Mon Mothma, but we'll talk more about her in a second. After that, we are expected to get 2 A New Hope figures. I think the 2 that we're going to see is a single card release of the Sand Trooper that came out in the 3-pack. This will be just a repack completely, so nothing crazy there. And then my second guess, sticking with my Governor Price guess, I think we're going to see Grand Moff Tarkin. This is a character that's a long overdue, and again, can just reuse the existing Imperial officer body with a new head mold, and there you go, you'd have him. So I think Grand Moff Tarkin could be a good guess. A couple other guesses that may be out there, General Dodonna, I don't think that's happening, but that's a guess. I also think we could see Biggs or Wedge Antilles, as again, they could reuse the X-Wing pilot body and give us a new head and helmet. So, but I think it's going to be the Sand Trooper and Tarkin. Next up is the Clone Wars, and we're expected to get 1 single release and 2 deluxe figures. I think one character that we haven't seen in a lot of lines recently that I could see the Vintage Collection doing is a Commander Cody. And I think they could either do Phase 1 or Phase 2. Either way, they'd have to create a new helmet mold. But with the new clone body on the market now, this makes sense for them to do Cody or any clone commander / captain at that point. So I would expect one to be a named clone trooper figure. I'm guessing Cody. As for the deluxe figures, I think these are going to be kind of a pair in tandem. I think we're going to see Savage Opress. This is a character that everybody wants in the vintage collection, and Hasbro definitely saw the success of the Black Series Savage Opress. I think to go along with him, I had a really hard time guessing what could be the secondary deluxe figure. I think it could be a Darth Maul with spider legs figure, or a Darth Maul with the mechanical legs. Either way, I think it would pair with the Savage Opress. I think that could be a really good option. As for other guesses, I mean, Pong Krell could be a good guess for the deluxe figure, but I'm going to go along the lines of Savage and Darth Maul. Next up is Ahsoka. Ahsoka is going to be getting 4 figures, and I think there's a few that are definitely easy guesses for the line here. First up is an Ezra Bridger Peridia, similar to the Black Series release. This is definitely a figure they got to get in the line. I expect that one to be next up. Similarly, I expect Morgan Elsbeth with the Blade of Talzin, with her different head print. That one, again, kind of a layup. I think we'll see that. Now, the next 2, these are kind of good guesses, but they could be wrong. I could see them doing a Night Sister from Peridia, as well as a Death Trooper from Peridia, similar to the Black Series release. However, a 5th guess that could be interchangeable with any of these is Mon Mothma. We saw Mon Mothma in the Ahsoka series, and I could see them doing Mon Mothma on the Ahsoka card because of the similar appearance. That kind of would kill it 2 birds, 1 stone with the Andor look, and then doing Bix and Luthen for the Andor releases. So Mon Mothma I could see going either way, and that would open up an option to do a different Andor figure other than Mon. So those are my guesses for Ahsoka. Next up is a Skeleton Crew figure, which we only have 1 of in the line so far, and there's only 1 on the list here. I think, obviously, it's either going to be SM33 or it's going to be one of the kids. I expect it to be Wim, the main character, or the main kid of the show. I expect him to be released first. And lastly, there are 2 Bad Batch figures, 1 single, 1 deluxe. I think we obviously know who the deluxe is going to be, Wrecker. I think for the single release, obviously there's still 2 members of the Bad Batch waiting to be released, that being Tech and Echo. I think this character is going to be Tech. However, I do think we'll see Echo down the road. So that wraps up my speculation for this vintage collection rumor list. I think we're going to see a few new figures, a lot of options for reuse of existing molds, but not many re-releases other than the Sand Trooper. So I'm fingers crossed we're going to get a lot of new stuff here, and new stuff we haven't seen in quite some time. So that's my whole prediction list. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you think we're going to be seeing from some of these different show and movie lines for the vintage collection. Love to hear your thoughts. But before you guys go, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay tuned for more videos on my channel. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.